So we've just heard from the governor, who time and again, remember, has been reiterating that violence cannot be normalized when it comes to these elections in West Bengal. And ladies and gentlemen, any election that you talk about, the Panchayat elections, Shravan, in the state of West Bengal, it has invariably seen this violence, whether it was a left in power or even under Mamata Banerjee's regime. But where about you at this point in time? There is still, I think, a lot of fracas where you are reporting from, and where really are these areas, Shravan, that we have seen violence even today?
Well, in fact, this entire Panchayat polls has been marred by large-scale violence. In fact, since morning where we have been broadcasting from, that's in Bhangor, we've heard multiple explosions taking place, at least 3 to 4 that I have counted while I was actually reporting. What's important to point out here is that from the time the polls were actually announced, there have been violent clashes between the Trinamool Congress, the Bharatiya Janata Party, the ISF, as well as the Congress Party. In fact, as we speak, we are right now inside one of the party office of the Trinamool Congress, and take a look at this. Now, here you have inside in Bhangor, this party office has been completely vandalized. You have the television set. Take a look at the impact of it. You've had, both sides clashing. The ISF and the Trinamool Congress, are the dominant parties as far as this area is concerned. But clearly what you see is, if you just come a little closer, this is how it has all happened a short while back when we got this report that this party office has been completely vandalized, and this is what it looks like. And in fact, this is not just one isolated incident, Deepthi. In fact, multiple such incidents have taken place. This is only one such incident that we are reporting right now, where a party office has been vandalized, and across board, not just one political party, be it the Bharatiya Janata Party, be it the ISF, or for that matter, even the Bharatiya Janata Party. All the party offices, the party workers have come under attack. And what we have seen is, from the time that the polls were actually announced, over 40 people have already died. In fact, as we speak right now, Deepthi, several of these places, which are essentially considered to be very sensitive, there is heavy police patrolling that is being done. This after the local administration had faced a lot of flack for not being able to provide enough security. And that is the reason why lynching has actually taken place in some of the places, especially in Bhangor, from where we are broadcasting, where on 15th of June there were massive clashes that took place, so much so that the governor had to actually come the very next day, to send across this message that law and order ought to be controlled by the administration. And that's one criticism that they're facing. In fact, let's just try and give you a sense of what's really happening outside. Also, there is a large number of people who have actually gathered here. This actually after, there were reports of actually vandalism that have actually taken place in the area. A short while back, we were told that the victory march, in fact, the victory march of the ISF was also stopped, and that's the reason why you would essentially find people who have gathered here. They're telling us that the police was actually called in, and there were the firing that took place in open air. Now, what's important to point out here is several of these places which are extremely sensitive. As the leads are now coming in, you would have party workers from both sides, the ISF as well as the Trinamool Congress, to be at loggerheads. Remember, this is a area where the ISF as well as the Trinamool Congress, they are a dominant party. Important to point out here is that from the time the leads have been coming in, we've actually heard a lot of crude bombs being hurled, and that's something not very new. This particular, what you see, this party office, when the leads were coming in, this party office was actually vandalized, and we do not know who were the people behind it, but what we realized is that what we were told by the locals here is that party workers clashed both sides, the ISF as well as the Trinamool Congress. A short while back, there were reports coming in that there were clashes that took place with the police also. In fact, there has been a police deployment, a while back also in this particular area. Things appear to be slightly normal at this point in time. We'll just try and get a sense. यहाँ पे हुआ क्या हुआ था, कितने बजे हुआ?
12:30 बजे।
हुआ क्या था, आपने क्या देखा?
हम आया था टुक टाक हुआ, हम देखना नहीं।
अच्छा, बाकी लोग यहाँ पे जो लोग थे उनका क्या, वो क्या बोल रहे, क्या हुआ क्या था?
क्या हुआ हमें मालूम नहीं।
we've tried actually speaking to some of the locals in the past also when we were trying to find out this very location. But most of them are quite fearful. Locals here are quite hesitant to speak to the media because they realize that this could actually lead to some sort of a backlash. That's the reason why they've been quite resistant. They do not want to really open up and really talk about what's really happening on the ground.
All right, Shravan, stay with us. I'm told Harsha is also joining us live right now. She's at Murshidabad. You know, Harsha, you're looking at the TMC picking up and strong and an early lead, what people would say. And somewhere the left and the Congress, trying to climb up, giving a competition to the BJP, because again, West Bengal is a very important state, Harsha. 18 seats is what the BJP picked up the last time around in the Lok Sabha polls. But the point is, have we heard absolutely anything from the TMC on this violence apart from a blame game? And they've just been blaming the central forces. The Congress, on the other hand, has said that this is a fixed match between the Trinamool and the BJP because they both need each other and they want to ensure that the Congress and the left never grow in the state.
He says that there is a united opposition, and this united opposition is of the CPM, the Congress, and a tacit understanding. In fact, the Trinamool Congress says that that there is a tacit understanding that the Congress party has with the Bharatiya Janata Party, an allegation that has been completely refuted by Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary here, when he was actually asked this question that BJP Sambit Patra was saying that why exactly is the Mohabbat ki Dukan really, who's disappeared. Not a single word essentially being spoken about the fact that you have had Congress workers who have been attacked, but not a single tweet that was put out by the Congress party. Now, the Trinamool Congress here is essentially saying that there is largely a narrative that is being built, and that narrative is to malign the administration. That is what the Trinamool Congress says. But the reality being is that 40 people have already lost their lives, and we are not talking about the last 24 to 48 hours. Yeah, the place that we are basically broadcasting from, it's a sensitive area. Look at the fact that, in most of the areas that we have actually gone to, the shops haven't opened up, barring one or two, like what you would see right now. But this entire area too, you could actually sense that palpable fear among the people, because the moment you try and go, it's not like any other rural areas where actually you go and try and have a word with them. They would openly speak about it. Here, most of them would be extremely fearful of speaking, lest there is some sort of a backlash that actually takes place. This is because of the kind of politics that is existing in the state of West Bengal for decades now. Be it in the 60s when you've had the Congress party being challenged by the CPM, when the CPM was then challenged by the Trinamool Congress. It was a similar sort of image that we actually saw, the similar sort of politics, the violent politics that have actually existed for the longest time, with no one really wanting to change it.